If humanity only knew the power of the 3s, 6s, and 9s, it would be a completely different universe.
For over a century, Nikola Tesla has been called a genius, a madman, and a man far ahead of his time. His inventions shaped the modern world, but one mystery about him refuses to fade. Tesla believed that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 were more than just numbers. He spoke of them as if they were a hidden code, a key to understanding the entire universe. But why would one of history's greatest minds obsess over 3 simple digits? What did he see that the rest of us didn't? Now, the new analysis of his writings and habits may finally reveal the truth behind Tesla's secrets. But first, let's return to where this strange obsession began. Tesla's life and habits. What makes a person think in a way that no one else does? Nikola Tesla shaped much of the modern world. His work on alternating current, radio waves, electric motors, and wireless communication changed how we live today. But behind these achievements was a man whose daily life looked very different from everyone around him. Tesla slept for only a few hours. He avoided dirt and disliked touching objects that felt unclean. He stayed away from pearls and round items. He avoided handshakes, and he counted almost everything. Before eating, he calculated the volume of his food. He counted steps. He counted plates, cups, and utensils. He repeated actions in exact numbers, most often in groups of 3. He washed his hands 3 times. He circled buildings 3 times before entering. He arranged routines around repeated numeric patterns. To many people, these habits seemed unusual or excessive. Some thought they were signs of stress. Others believed he had a form of obsessive behavior. But for Tesla, these actions were not random. They came from a belief that numbers were part of the natural structure of the world. He felt that certain numbers appeared too often to be ignored, and the ones that stood out to him the most were 3, 6, and 9. Why did these specific numbers seem so important to him? Tesla hinted that these digits held a special meaning. They showed up in his letters, his routines, and his way of studying energy. He saw them as part of a repeating pattern that shaped both physical systems and invisible forces. These numbers were not symbols of superstition in his mind. They were signposts within a larger design. And understanding why they mattered to him requires looking at the deeper patterns he spent his life observing. And something in those patterns kept pulling him toward the same 3 numbers again and again. Tesla's obsession with 3 equals 9. As Tesla's life progressed, one pattern kept appearing in his work and routine. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 were not random to him. They shaped how he viewed the structure of the world. Tesla believed nature followed clear rules. He saw order in light, sound, electricity, and motion. While others focused on physical objects, he looked at the forces that controlled those objects. This is why certain numbers captured his attention. He noticed that many natural systems repeated in groups of 3. Angles, wave patterns, magnetic fields, and geometric forms often returned to the same numerical rhythm. To Tesla, 3 was the basic unit. 6 was its expansion. 9 was its completion. He studied what he called the language of the universe. In his view, this language rested on 3 ideas: energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything had a frequency. Everything vibrated. Everything carried energy. And these concepts repeatedly aligned with patterns based on 3. Tesla often wondered, why do some sounds create stability while others feel disorganized? Why do electrical waves rise and fall in cycles? Why do natural systems often divide into equal parts? Tesla believed the answers pointed back to a numerical structure. For him, 3, 6, and 9 acted like guideposts. He noticed these numbers in nature, weather cycles, electrical behavior, and geometric shapes. The more he studied, the more these patterns strengthened his belief that numbers revealed the hidden order of the world. There is no confirmed record of Tesla saying that these numbers unlocked the universe. Still, his routines, notes, and strict numerical habits show that he assigned them meaningful value. This leads to an important question. Was Tesla following personal preference or identifying a pattern long before others noticed it? His predictions about electricity, wireless signals, and rotating fields later proved accurate. His thinking often moved ahead of established science, so his interest in these numbers may reflect a deeper study rather than a simple habit. Tesla searched for structure where most saw randomness. He paid attention to details others ignored, and these numbers remained central in that search. As his curiosity grew, it pushed him toward a broader idea that continued shaping his work and daily life. The meaning behind the numbers. Tesla often explained that the universe works through energy, frequency, and vibration. These three ideas shaped how he viewed everything around him, from electricity to human behavior. They also explain why the numbers 3, 6, and 9 captured his attention. Tesla believed every object, sound, and living thing has a natural frequency. Even the Earth itself produces measurable vibrations. When something vibrates in a balanced pattern, it becomes stable. When the pattern is disrupted, it becomes weak or irregular. Tesla thought the structure of numbers could help explain these patterns. This is where 3, 6, and 9 fit in. He noticed that many natural systems follow a structure based on 3. Waves rise, fall, and reset. Electrical fields expand, peak, and collapse. Triangles form the simplest and most stable geometric shape. These repeated patterns made Tesla view 3 as a base point, 6 as an extended form, and 9 as a complete cycle returning to its start. For example, when alternating current moves through a coil, its magnetic field grows, reaches its highest point, and then returns to the starting level. Tesla believed this cycle matched the rhythm he saw in these numbers. To him, 9 marked the point of completion before a new cycle began. Some modern researchers explain this idea with digital root math. When numbers are reduced by adding their digits together until only one digit remains, many sequences return to 3, 6, or 9. Tesla never used this method directly, but the pattern aligns with the cycles he often described. So why do these numbers appear so often? Tesla believed they were not coincidences. He viewed them as signs of natural order, appearing in sound waves, electrical behavior, and even human decision-making. He felt they showed how systems organize themselves across time and space. Many of his peers did not understand why he cared about these patterns, but Tesla was searching for a simple principle that could explain complex forces. If someone understood these patterns, he believed they could predict how energy behaves and use it more effectively. This led him to a deeper question. If numbers shape physical systems, could they also shape the human mind? That thought quietly pushed his work into a new direction, one that blended mathematics with the way people think and act. The law of attraction. As Tesla studied numbers and energy, people noticed that his ideas aligned with a wider concept that focused on thought and intention. This concept became known as the law of attraction. It did not come from Tesla, but many believe his understanding of energy helped shape the way people explained it. The law of attraction suggests that thoughts behave like signals. When you repeat a thought often, your mind begins to move in that direction. If you focus on fear, you notice more fear. If you focus on progress, you notice more progress. This idea has older roots. Philosophers such as Plato and later 19th century thinkers believed that thoughts produce a type of internal force. They argued that the mind influences how people see opportunities, make choices, and respond to events. Tesla's scientific work matched parts of this idea. He believed every form of life had a frequency. He believed vibrations shaped behavior and structure. And he saw the mind as a source of measurable energy. Because of this, modern writers connected his interest in vibrations with the law of attraction. And this is where the numbers 3, 6, and 9 enter the story. If thoughts create patterns, then repeating those thoughts in a steady rhythm could make those patterns stronger. So, supporters of the law of attraction started using Tesla's favorite numbers to structure their daily affirmations. Because Tesla believed the universe followed repeating cycles, people assumed his numbers could help create mental cycles too. They saw 3, 6, and 9 as a simple way to bring order to the mind. This connection grew over time, even though Tesla never taught a specific method. His work with energy simply made people wonder whether structured thought could create structured outcomes. This curiosity pushed people toward a new idea. An idea built from simple numbers but aimed at shaping the way the mind focuses and stays consistent. The 3-6-9 method. As interest in Tesla's number pattern grew, people began forming a simple routine based on it. This routine later became known as the 3-6-9 method. It is not complex. It does not require tools or planning. It only asks for clear goals and steady repetition. The method begins by choosing 3 statements. Each statement is written as if it is already true. Someone might say, "I am confident," "I am improving," or "I have reached my goal." Writing the statements in the present tense helps the mind focus on progress instead of uncertainty. After choosing the 3 statements, people repeat them 6 times a day. This repetition is slow and intentional. It is not meant to be rushed. Speaking the words clearly strengthens attention. It keeps the goal in the front of the mind instead of letting it fade throughout the day. The number 9 is used to guide the duration. People repeat the statements for 9 seconds at a time. Some also write the statements in a pattern. 3 times in the morning, 6 times at midday, and 9 times at night. This creates a daily rhythm that is easy to follow. The method does not claim that thoughts alone create results. Instead, it gives the mind structure. Repetition can reduce doubt, make goals easier to remember, and improve decision-making. Many people notice that they begin acting more consistently toward their goals simply because they think about them more clearly. Small changes often appear first. A person may become more organized, more aware of opportunities, or more willing to take steps they once avoided. Over time, these small shifts can create larger progress. This method grew because it is simple, easy to practice, and helps people stay focused. It became a tool for discipline rather than a shortcut for success. As more people used it, another question began to rise quietly in the background. Why did most people connect this routine so strongly to Tesla, when he never taught anything like it directly? That question opened a new line of curiosity that pulled people back into Tesla's unusual habits and private beliefs. Why the method became popular. This method spread fast because it was simple. Many goal-setting systems feel heavy. They need long planning sessions and complex steps. This method only asks for a few short statements and a few minutes each day. People liked that it was easy to begin and easy to maintain. Social media helped it reach even more people. Users shared notebooks, progress updates, and small changes they noticed. Some said it kept their minds focused. Others said it reduced stress because it gave them a clear routine. Even though Tesla never created this method, many felt motivated by the idea that his number patterns could guide daily habits. The method also fits modern life well. Many people feel overwhelmed by constant information. They lose focus quickly. The 3-6-9 routine gives them a simple structure that steadies their thoughts. Repeating statements each day becomes a mental anchor. Writing goals in the present tense is another reason for its popularity. Many people are used to thinking about goals as distant hopes. Present tense writing makes the mind approach the goal as something active, not far away. This shift helps people take practical steps instead of waiting for the right moment. Psychologists link this effect to selective attention. When someone repeats a phrase regularly, the brain begins noticing actions and situations that match that phrase. For example, someone who repeats, "I am consistent," becomes more aware of consistent behavior in daily life. They also correct themselves sooner when they slip. This is not magic. It is a change in awareness. The emotional impact matters too. Many people feel uncertain about their future. This method helps them choose only 3 important goals. That limitation forces clarity. It prevents mental overload and reduces scattered thinking. There is also a sense of group support. Millions of people have tried the method, so users feel less alone. Shared progress builds confidence, and confidence often improves follow-through. The numerical pattern also attracts people. The cycle of 3, 6, and 9 feels stable and easy to remember. It gives people a sense of order that many miss in their daily routines. Tesla's name added even more interest. His reputation as a forward thinker made the method feel meaningful, even though it was not his creation. People liked the idea of connecting personal focus with ideas inspired by his work. All these elements helped the method grow from a trend into a common practice. And as people used it more, a quiet question began to surface again, one that pointed back to Tesla himself. Tesla's mysteries. As Tesla moved through the later years of his life, his interest in numerical patterns grew stronger. It shaped the way he moved, worked, and managed even the smallest parts of his routine. People who met him often described a man with remarkable focus, unusual habits, and a mind deeply fixed on ideas most others rarely noticed. Tesla rarely explained his personal beliefs directly, but his actions made them clear. He arranged objects in exact order. He preferred hotel rooms whose numbers added up to 3. He followed specific cleaning routines and repeated tasks in fixed sequences. These behaviors were not random. They were part of a structured system that he depended on. Some experts today believe these habits suggest traits associated with the autism spectrum. This helps explain his sensitivity to certain objects, sounds, and textures, as well as his preference for predictable routines. But even with these traits, Tesla's thinking was far from limited. His ability to identify patterns was exceptional, and it helped him create ideas that changed modern science. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 remained central to his thinking because he believed they reflected the way natural forces organize themselves. To Tesla, these numbers did not represent superstition. They represented order. They matched the cycles he saw in electricity, magnetism, and mechanical systems. He trusted them because they fit what he observed again and again. His work supported this view. He studied rotating magnetic fields and alternating currents, which move in cycles. He built devices that depended on steady, repeating frequencies. His inventions echoed the same rhythm he followed in daily life. This connection between his work and his routines shows how deeply he believed in numerical structure. Tesla spent much of his later life alone. He worked long hours without company or distraction. This isolation strengthened the patterns he relied on. Without pressure to follow social expectations, he fully leaned into the order he created for himself. His numerical routines gave him stability. They helped him manage stress and stay focused on his work. For Tesla, numbers were more than counting tools. They were a guide. When he spoke about the power of 3, 6, and 9, he was expressing his belief in a universe built on repeated cycles. He felt that understanding these patterns would reveal how energy behaves, how systems move, and how forces interact. Today, many fields still explore the ideas he worked with. Physics studies frequency and vibration. Psychology studies how repetition shapes behavior. Mathematics studies how patterns appear in nature. Tesla's work influences all of these areas because his thinking was both broad and precise. Although his life ended quietly, his ideas continued to grow. Researchers still examine his notes, models, and personal habits to understand how he saw the world. His patterns remain a subject of interest because they shaped every part of his work. Looking back at his life, one question remains. If Tesla believed these numbers reflected a deeper order, what other insights might still lie inside the patterns he followed every day? So what do we make of Tesla's strange attachment to 3, 6, and 9? Maybe it was a habit. Maybe it was focus. Or maybe he noticed patterns the rest of us never learned to see. What is certain is that Tesla lived in a world of numbers, energy, and repeating cycles. These numbers shaped his thinking, his work, and his legacy. So what do you think? Did Tesla uncover something deeper, or was it only a personal belief? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, ensure you give it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, because we will be uploading more crazy stories like this one in the coming weeks. Until then, see ya.